In today's video, we're going over the best and worst supplements. And really what we're doing is I'm sharing with you all the supplements that I use and explaining why I use them, the benefits of them, what to expect from them, why I feel like they're worth my money. And then which supplements I don't spend my money on, or maybe have tried in the past and don't think they're worth spending your money on. Because the truth is, anyone who speaks in complete absolutes, like this is the best supplement or the best protein powder, and this is the worst, or you should never do this, or you can't do that, that's a huge red flag. There's tons of nuance when it comes to fitness and nutrition. And the good thing is there's absolutely nothing that you absolutely need to do in order to see a certain result that you're looking for. You don't need to do this exercise or take that supplement, or you don't have to eliminate this particular food. But the truth is, the video does way better if I title it Best and Worst Supplements rather than titling it, These are the supplements that I use and why. So I hope that gives you a little bit of context and kind of shows you the honesty behind everything I'm about to say. Going off that, you don't need any supplements in order to lose body fat, or in order to build muscle, or in order to have a great physique or get to 10% body fat. You can do all that without any supplement. That being said, there are a few supplements that I think are still worth it and that can give you some sort of benefit from taking them. And I have 3 here that I'm gonna show you that I use day by day, week by week, and I continue to spend my own money on. And the first one is protein powder. What I have here is from Transparent Labs. It's the whey protein isolate. All this is protein in a powder form. It's derived from milk. Why I use the protein powder is mainly for convenience. It's not because it's anything magical or it's gonna make you build more muscle than eating chicken breast or anything like that. It's simply convenience. What I can do is put 1 or 2 scoops in my shaker bottle, shake it up, and in 30 seconds, I've just drank 56 grams of protein without having to cook anything and without having to spend 10, 20 minutes going out and getting some sort of protein source. And that's really the major benefit of protein powder, is speed and convenience if you want an easy way to get your protein up. Now this one here has 28 grams of protein per scoop, only 1 gram of carbs and 0 grams of fat. That's one of the reasons I like the Transparent Labs protein, is because it's got one of the most amounts of protein I've seen per scoop for little to no carbs and fats. I also like that they have very minimal ingredients. There's only 4 ingredients in this. A lot of the protein powders these days, their goal is not to be the healthiest or the most macro friendly, but it's to make it taste like a treat, basically. And there's the whole side of the box is just 100 different ingredients. Now there's a few ways you can take protein powder. You can get creative by making like a smoothie out of it. Like you can put it in a blender with some frozen fruit, some almond milk, and a scoop or 2 of protein, and make kind of like a fruit smoothie out of it. You can do it the way I do it, which is the most quick and convenient way, just putting 1 or 2 scoops in your shaker bottle with 10 ounces of water, shake it up and drink it. You could also put it in your oatmeal. I've done that in the past as well. Put 1 scoop in with your oatmeal, mix it up, and you have protein oats. Another really solid way to use the protein powder is as your cereal milk. So what you could do is take a scoop of this, put it in with 8 to 10 ounces of almond milk in your shaker bottle, shake it up, and then pour it into your cereal to use as a cereal milk. And protein powder is a supplement that I take pretty much every day. I'm eating a higher protein diet, and it's just a lot easier to have 1 or 2 scoops of protein to help reach my daily protein target. Rarely am I taking more than 2 scoops of protein per day, and once in a while I go a day where I don't take it at all because I was able to get to my target protein without using any protein powder at all. So that's how I use the protein powder, why I use it, and really this could be helpful for anybody who has goals of losing body fat or building muscle, right? We know protein is helpful for building muscle, but this is an extremely low calorie snack. It's only 120 calories for 1 scoop. So it actually makes it a really good snack for someone who's trying to lose weight, because it's a low calorie snack, but because it's all protein, it's gonna keep you pretty full, more so than other snacks for 120 calories will, because protein keeps you more full than fats and carbs do. So essentially what I'm saying is if you have goals of improving your physique or improving your body composition, your ratio of fat mass to muscle mass, whether it's by losing body fat or by building muscle or a little bit of both, it's gonna be an excellent snack option for you. The next supplement I use every week is a pre-workout supplement. So what this is a powder that you put in your water and you drink before your workout. And it has different ingredients in there that help with energy, that help with mental focus, that help with performance like muscle endurance and preventing muscle fatigue. So most pre-workouts are gonna have some caffeine in there as well for the energy. Now again, I am not saying you should or need to take a pre-workout supplement. I'm just saying that this is one of the 3 supplements that I consistently do take every single week. And the reason that I use a pre-workout supplement is because I'd be lying if I said my workouts weren't way better when I drink my pre-workout compared to just training without the pre-workout or training even with some coffee in me. Coffee is still good. There's nothing wrong with having a coffee and then going to work out. But again, I'd be lying if I said there wasn't a massive difference between a pre-workout supplement, which doesn't just have caffeine like coffee, but it has all these other ingredients built around helping you have a better performance in the gym, helping you with motivation, with mental focus, with muscle pumps as well in the gym. So this is just a way better version of coffee in my opinion. So that's why I use the pre-workout supplement and some of the benefits you can expect from it. In regards to how to take it properly, what you want to do is make sure you're clear on what 1 serving is, right? Sometimes it's 1 scoop, sometimes it'll say a serving is 2 scoops, and you want to take that in some water. I always recommend eating something first, so have a pre-workout snack or meal beforehand, and ideally don't take this on an empty stomach. And you want to take it 20 to 30 minutes before your workout. So whether you drink it and then you go to the gym, or you drink it on the way to the gym, depending on how long the gym is from where you live. I also recommend being clear and monitoring how much caffeine you're having in the day. The recommended amount towards the higher limit of caffeine, I believe, is around 400 milligrams per day. Now, some of these pre-workouts are insane. They have 350, 400 milligrams of caffeine. Those are not the ones that I personally like. I like a lower to moderate amount of caffeine. This one from Transparent Labs has 180 milligrams. So it's about half the amount of the recommended amount that someone should have in a day. So usually when I have my pre-workout, sometimes later in the day, I'll have 1 coffee, 5, 6, 7 hours after I have this for my morning workout. But I definitely wouldn't have additional sources of caffeine in close proximity, like within just a few hours of having any pre-workout supplement. And before you try a pre-workout supplement, I would be very clear on how much caffeine is in it, and probably trying about half a serving the first time you work out just to see how it feels. Now, the third and final supplement I use every month pretty much is creatine monohydrate. I actually don't have it here. I just ran out, of course, for the video. I don't have it with me. But creatine is a very studied supplement that's been taken for decades now. The body actually makes creatine naturally in much smaller amounts. And the reason I take creatine is for the performance benefits of it. It's not gonna have any massive groundbreaking results or effects that you might even notice, but the benefits are very marginal, which a lot of people don't understand because creatine has become very popular in the last couple years on social media. The benefits are good, but again, they're very marginal. You may not even notice them. What they typically are is you may be able to lift slightly more weight than you were doing before taking creatine. I'm talking 5 or 10 pounds more than what you were lifting before. Or you might be able to do an extra 1 or 2 reps compared to what you were doing before. So again, you might not even really notice that, but over time, over a year, 2 years, 3 years, if you're consistently doing an extra 1 or 2 reps, if you're consistently able to lift an extra 5 pounds, it does add up and it does make a difference. So the performance benefits of creatine are really the main thing that I focus on. I wanna be able to stay strong. I wanna be able to get stronger. I wanna be able to maintain muscle. So this goes for whether I'm in a fat loss phase or a muscle building phase, whether I'm trying to lose weight or gain weight. The benefits of creatine to me seem worth it, because if I'm trying to lose weight, I want to lose body fat and I still want to maintain the muscle I have and I still want to maintain the strength that I have. So taking creatine at that point is still helpful and still worth it. And of course, if you're trying to build muscle and get stronger, creatine can be helpful for that as well. The proper way to take creatine is about 5 grams per day, and it's the type of supplement you need to take it every day, because the way it works is it gets saturated in your muscle cells, and it often takes a few weeks to get saturated into those cells. So the first couple weeks, they say, is almost like a grace period where you may not experience the benefits until 2 or 3 weeks after you've started to take your 5 grams per day. And that's also why you need to be diligent about taking it 7 days a week. And you don't have to take it at any specific time of the day. It doesn't have to be with your pre-workout or post-workout or anything like that. It's not a time-sensitive thing like pre-workout is, right? You take your pre-workout and you start feeling the effects within 20 or 30 minutes. Like I said, with creatine, it's very different. It's a matter of if it's saturated in your muscle cells or not. And it doesn't matter if you take it at midnight, before your workout, after your workout, it doesn't matter. So those are literally only the 3 supplements that I take and spend my money on month after month. Now you might ask, well, Jesse, what about vitamins? What about multivitamins, fish oils, vitamin D, all this other stuff? Those are totally fine. And I do have vitamin D3 in my cabinet. I do have a fish oil in my cabinet as well. And if you want to take those, you absolutely can, but I'm not really too religious about taking mine. And maybe in the winter, I take the vitamin D3 a little bit more consistently since, I'm outside less, getting less sun on me. And you can absolutely include those in your daily and weekly supplement routine. There's certainly no harm to doing so, but I also don't believe there's too much of a benefit. Again, it might not even be noticeable, the benefit you'll gain from taking a multivitamin or taking fish oil or taking vitamin D3, but if you want to, you might as well do it. Now let's quickly go over the worst supplements, or the supplements that I personally think aren't worth your money, or at least aren't worth my money. I'm not willing to spend my money on them because I don't think they'll lead to any positive outcome. The first one, and maybe I'll get some hate in the comments for this because they're literally the most popular supplement, which is greens powders. And I actually have a greens powder back there because Transparent Labs sent me one as a gift. But I'm just being transparent, ironically, I'm just being transparent about it. I'm not gonna buy it again. There's 3 or 4 grams of fiber, like there's a little bit of fiber in it. There's some vitamins, but I also eat vegetables. I don't eat a massive amount of vegetables. I have like 1 or 2 vegetables a day. I do the best I can with them. And greens powders, in my opinion, are just like, it's pretty outrageous. It's almost criminal how expensive they are for the amount of value they provide. $60 for a greens powder supplement that has like a little bit of vitamins in it that like isn't gonna move the needle at all for your health. Really what greens powders is to make people feel like they're doing something healthy, to wake up in the morning, put greens powders in their water and make themselves feel like, oh, they're this healthy person. And if that triggers you a little bit, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Greens powders, I think, falls in the category of the multivitamin. Essentially, it's a massively expensive multivitamin. You could get a multivitamin for $12 on Amazon and get all the same exact benefits as a greens powder, or you could spend $60, or in the case of Athletic Greens, you could spend like $100 a month on a greens powder, which has little to no benefit or the same benefit as a $12 multivitamin. And I know somebody who owns a supplement company, and he says literally what they've done and what other companies do is they make a greens powder supplement for no other reason other than it gets people in the door. It's the thing people will go out and buy, and once they've purchased one time from that company, they'll start adding other things to their cart as well. The second popular supplement that I wouldn't spend my money on, and I don't, is a fat burning supplement. There's so many fat burning pills. They're called all these different really fancy, nice, high marketing names. Generally what fat burners are is some sort of stimulant that has some caffeine in there or has some other ingredients in there that make you sweat a little bit. They're not gonna boost your metabolism. They're not gonna remove fat from your body just by taking them, The only way to actually remove fat from your body is by consistently eating in a calorie deficit. If you want like some extra caffeine or something like that, you could use a pre-workout, which will benefit your workouts, or you could have an extra cup of coffee. But again, to spend $50 or $60 on a fat burning supplement, which really isn't going to move the needle for you, in my opinion, it's just like wishful thinking. It's people who are looking for a bit of a quick fix, looking for that thing that's going to give them an edge, that it's really not going to help you lose any more body fat. Trust me, if it did, fat burning pills actually made it easier to lose body fat, why would I not buy them, right? I work in the fitness industry. I'm a fitness professional who, like, my business does better if I'm shredded, right? If I'm in amazing shape and I can get an advantage to get in better shape, I'm going to consider it, right? As long as it's healthy and as long as it's something that won't harm me, why would I not take fat burning pills if they actually made it easier to lose fat? But they don't. So that's why I don't buy them. And they're not even worth the $40 or $50. The next supplement that I don't spend my money on is BCAAs. Again, one of the most popular supplements across the board. They taste amazing. They come in a powdery form like the pre-workout. You put them in your water and they taste so good. But as long as you're eating a reasonable amount of protein per day, there's not going to be a massive amount of benefit, or there's not going to be a noticeable benefit from taking BCAAs. Like I said, like, why wouldn't I spend $30 or $40 on a supplement that would make me be in better shape? BCAAs are not going to do that for you. They're just not worth the money. Now, here's where maybe a BCAA product could be appropriate. Like maybe someone who's like a vegetarian or someone who like eats a very low protein diet, who, you know, could maybe use those additional BCAAs. Someone who trains fasted, maybe you could make the argument that you have some BCAAs before your workout. But those are the only instances where I could maybe see someone putting together an argument that would be worth even considering buying them. The last supplement that is just not worth your money here is all these detoxes and cleanses. These are just marketing terms that people put together. There's really nothing that's gonna detoxify your body. That's what your liver does for you, right? There's not a juice that you're gonna drink that's gonna detox or cleanse anything that's in your body. And people who buy these are just looking for a quick, easy way to lose weight fast. And that's because you literally cut out foods and you start drinking these juices and cleanses instead, or they give you massive diarrhea for a week, so you lose 10 pounds of water weight and think you're actually doing well. But then at some point you have to go back to eating like a human being again, eating normal whole foods and living your life. Of course, you're gonna gain that water weight back once you start eating some normal foods. So if you have the urge to reach for a detox or a cleanse, think about what's best for you long term. Are you doing this because you're in that quick fix mindset? Or do you actually think just drinking these weird juices that are like $130 is actually the best thing that you should be doing that will lead to you being in better shape a year or 5 years from now? Of course not. These are quick fix products. Anyway, that wraps up the video. I hope this was somewhat helpful. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. As of right now, recording this video, I also have a discount code for the Transparent Labs products if you want to give them a try yourself. But remember, there's nothing you absolutely need. You don't need to use Transparent Labs. You don't need to take a protein powder or a pre-workout or creatine. There's nothing you need to do in order to lose fat or build muscle or get in amazing shape. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, consider subscribing to my channel because I make new videos just like this every single week. And I'll see you on the next video, which I'm gonna leave for you right up here.